Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Waiting to get live. Mic check, 1 2 1 2. You're tuned in to the Angry Black Man Podcast. Welcome. Welcome to the Angry Black Man Podcast. Trying to make sure we are all go. Waiting for the green light. Waiting for the green light for all systems go on the Angry Black Man Podcast. That's what I need right now. That's what I need right now. You're tuned in to the... Oh, shit. Oh, shit. You're tuned in. You're tuned in to the Angry Black Man Podcast. Oh, shit. Oh, shit, y'all. I gotta go in. I try to wait until Sunday to do these. I try to wait until Sunday. Right? But the laws don't want to let me rest. The racists don't want to let Bread Man rest. I can't get a day off. That's right. Jacob Blake, I'm here to talk about it. Jacob Blake, I'm here to talk about it, and my phone lines will be open. Y'all know we don't play at the Angry Black Man Podcast. We are here. We're here to talk about it. We're here to talk about it. The Jacob Blake shooting, the attempted murder of Jacob Blake. If you're tuned in, I want to make sure you hit like, make sure you share it out right now, and make sure you hit subscribe. The Angry Black Man Podcast, live on YouTube. Okay? Breadman TV, subscribe now. Let's get the numbers up. You tuned in to Breadman TV. We got to talk about it, y'all, because are we gonna let this ride just because he didn't die? Huh? I would say I'm gonna go so far to say is they messed up. They messed up on this one. Because finally because see, George Floyd, he wasn't here to speak for himself. You understand what I'm saying? He couldn't speak from the death. Huh? Ahmaud Arbery couldn't speak from the death. Trayvon Martin couldn't speak from his death. But here we are, we have one, right? Who can finally speak for himself. Jacob Blake. He survived. Jacob Blake shot several times in his back. I'm gonna play the video here shortly. It is graphic. It is graphic. I want you all to be aware. It's a graphic video. We have to be careful how often we digest these because one, we become desensitized, and studies have shown that it can cause depression, anxiety. You understand what I'm saying? All kind of mental health issues can arise by taking in these visuals too often. Right? So I try to be wary of this. And I wouldn't be real if I didn't tell y'all the same thing. Okay? All right, salute to the chat. Salute to Jay Sean Brown in the chat. Salute to Kendall. Salute to Kendall in the chat. Says he's here for the Shampoo interview. Holla at Shampoo, man. He ducking me, man. That's a hard guy to get in touch with. He told me to holler at him. I hollered at him behind the scenes, and I've yet to hear from him. But here's another interesting fun fact. I will be doing an interview with Nikki Natural from Love and Hip Hop Sunday, 8:30 p.m. Central on Instagram, and I'll be streaming it live on YouTube. That's a fact. Nikki Natural from Love and Hip Hop. But that's neither here nor there. We're on a more serious note tonight. Okay? A man was gunned down in front of his kids. And I'm gonna break this video down and we're gonna do some research on this story because I know what people are gonna say, but there's some bare bone facts in this story, in this case. It's a case now. It's a case. There's some bare bone facts in this case that we cannot avoid. We can't omit some bare bone facts. So we're here to talk about it on the Angry Black Man podcast tonight. Make no mistake, they shot him in the back several times in front of his kids while his kids, his boys, 3 boys were in the car. This happened. No, make no mistake about it. This happened. So I'm gonna break the video down. Right? I'm gonna break that video down for y'all. Okay? You tuned in to the Angry Black Man podcast. Jay Sean, I'm gonna get my colleague, my comedian Jay Sean. I'm gonna get him up. We're gonna do a Zoom. The call in number is 832-598-1641. Let's talk about it. And just know we take all comers at the Angry Black Man podcast. If you feel like this man deserved to get gunned down in front of his family, don't be a coward and talk about it and type it. Don't be a coward and leave it in the comments. Don't be a coward and pull a hit and run, right? Right? You got no avatar. You got a ghost for your a blank face for your IG account. I don't want that. My phone lines are open. I want all the smoke. Cause I'm tired of this. I'm talking solutions tonight as well. I have a very, very, very simple solution to this. Let me get my cigar. Let me get my green. I'm about to get in the zone. Subscribe to the Angry Black Man podcast. I have a very, very simple solution. Very simple solution. We should be exercising, I say, all right, should be exercising all right to remain silent. The days of talking to the authorities, are over. You have to do the simple math right now. You have to do some simple math right now when you are a black person and we're talking about dealing with the authorities. Let's do some simple math real quick. If you're a black person and you come in encounter with the police or with law enforcement, a sheriff, a constable, a HPD officer, okay? Houston Police Department. Let's do the math. What's the benefits of me saying anything, even if I'm just saying, oh, hello, officer, how you doing today? Or even let's go even if he asked me a question. Let's do the math. What are the benefits first of me interacting and speaking to an officer? Because tonight we're talking about Invoking our right to remain silent. We got to do the math. What's the benefit? I'll wait. I'll wait. What's the benefit of speaking to a police officer for a black person? At any moment, at any time, as a black person, let's think about it. When we call them for us, they still kill us. They still put the pressure on us. Even when we're the ones that have called. This man wasn't, the police weren't called on this man. He was not the focus. I'm going to bring the story up, and we're going to walk through this step by step. But I got to introduce this right. I'm trying to figure out, why aren't we invoking our right to remain silent? I gave y'all the opportunity to do the math. There's no benefit whatsoever of speaking to a police officer. That's a fact. There are no benefits. Now, let's do some more math. What are the dangers of speaking to a police officer? They come right to you, don't they? It comes right to you. You can be killed. You can be beaten. At the least, you can be harassed and taken to jail. That's a fact for nothing. All these things can happen in a split second. As a black person, these are the obvious cons of speaking to a police officer, of not invoking your right to remain silent. I'm just trying to keep it funky for y'all. So I'm about to take y'all through this video. We're about to walk through it. We're about to walk through this video. Jay Sean, I'm about to send you out the email right now. Okay, because there's, like I said, make no mistake about it. The man was shot in his back. Make no mistake about it. The kids, his kids were in the car. There's no way around this. Mr. Deshaun, sending out the email. And we're gonna break down this video. One man show. Breadman TV, the Angry Black Man Podcast. You tuned in. God damn it. There we go. Make sure you hit like. Make sure you share right now. Make sure you hit subscribe. That's one of the most important things. We're taking our time tonight. We're taking our time tonight because what they're going to tell y'all, what they're trying to tell y'all, right, is that they're going to say the officer's life was in danger. I'm going to keep it funky. I'm going to keep it all the way funky on this one. They're going to say that the officer's life was in danger. That he was going to the car, right? And the officer thought that he was going for a weapon. That's exactly what they're going to tell you. Okay? But I'm gonna dispel all of that right here, right now on the Angry Black Man Podcast. I'm gonna walk you through, and I'm gonna do one thing that a lot of people won't do. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest about exactly what happened. I'm gonna be honest about exactly what happened. So let's get some audio here. Jay Sean, check your email. We're gonna get some audio up here, and I'm gonna let y'all watch this a couple of times. And then I'm gonna walk y'all through it step by step about what we're looking at and exactly what's happening. Just in case anybody is blind. Let me get the story up too. Let me get this story up.
Why the fuck you shoot him? I mean,
tuned in to the Angry Black Man Podcast.
Oh, why the fuck did y'all just shoot him? Police so fucking racist. Y'all just shot him for no fucking reason. Fuck the police. Fuck the police. Fuck them. Crack ass crackers. Crack ass crackers. Y'all stupid. Y'all stupid. I don't know. Actually, I don't know what happened. Use our tasers for black people. What we talk about? Fuck the police. Fuck the mob. Crack ass cracker right there. Another crack ass cracker over there. Y'all ain't here to protect us. Y'all should have changed. Why the fuck y'all ain't changed?
Right? Right? So this is what we're dealing with. This is what we're dealing with. Okay? And as you can see, it was in broad daylight. All right? It was in broad daylight. Not a care in the world. And I will keep emphasizing the man's kids were in the back. They were in his 3 sons were in the back. They were in the car. 3 black boys. Scarred for the rest of their lives. Okay? Scarred for the rest of their lives. And here he is left paralyzed after this incident. He's paralyzed. Paralyzed. Okay? So let me walk y'all through the video. Riri, send me your email right now, behind the scenes. If you got Zoom, I'll get you up here on the Zoom. Send me your email behind the scenes. Matter of fact, let me try to bring you up now. The man got shot in his back. I'm about to break down the video with y'all. We're taking calls. The call-in number is 832-598-1641. Right now we got Riri. We got Riri on the line. Hold on, let me get you up here by the mic. We doing this bootleg, but we gonna make it happen. Right? The infamous and beautiful, might I add, Riri on the line through IG, right? Okay, y'all can find her on Instagram. She blazed the Queens Flip platform, right? Now she out here doing big things, and I don't know. I'm gonna give her the floor. I'm sure you're caught up, Riri, on what's going on with the John Blake story, correct? I mean, with the Jacob Blake story, correct? Have you seen the video?
No, I didn't see it. Actually, I tuned in just to watch and hear what you was talking about. I want to know what's going on. Is it the guy that they shot like 7 times?
Exactly. A black man comes over to.
He ran around a truck.
Exactly.
And people were saying that they should have tased them instead of shooting him the way they did.
Exactly. Another black man, and his kids were in the back. You understand what I'm saying? He had 3 sons, and his sons were actually in the back of the car.
I didn't even know the kids were in the car.
Yes.
Oh my God, that is so sad. You know what I said, Brett? I said, the thing that happened with George Floyd, I always said to myself that was not going to stop. I always said that these cops were still going to do what they constantly doing.
And tell me why you think that is.
They prejudiced, they racist, they just some cruel ass cops, crooked cops. And then look at Trump. The other day, he was like on TV, like, I want all the Puerto Ricans and the black kids to go to school and the white ones to stay home. I'm like, where the fuck he gets these things from?
That's our president.
so that our kids could get sick. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. I definitely understand what
And
you're
and
saying.
and and less population, less people. Like he's just racism. Like he's KK. You know that comes from his father, and they all prejudiced. Like I hope nobody. Yo, when I tell you in this platform, whoever's here, whoever's listening, please, whoever's here, do not vote for this man again. Cause if y'all want war, cause it's gonna be uglier the next time. Y'all crazy.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Do you have kids, Riri?
Yes, I have two older girls. I got two girls.
Okay, and so when you think about your girls going out there, and I'm sure they're driving, they move around and stuff, in the city and about and
Which they
travel.
do.
Yeah. So,
Yes.
what do you tell your girls, and how do you feel about that when you think about your girls going out? Because you are a minority. If you don't mind me asking, what's your nationality?
I'm Puerto, I'm Puerto, I'm Puerto Rican and Italian, but um, yes, I do tell my daughters they grown anyway. They know what time it is. But actually, honestly, I have a night and day. You know, you always got a different one. You have two, three kids. There's always one different one. So I got a real tough one, and I got one that's like more mature than the tough one. And it's funny because the tough one is older. But I always tell them to be careful. I always tell them, they know what's going on. The little one tries not to even watch the news because even that gives her anxieties. Her anxieties goes from a zero to 1,000.
Mm.
So yeah, she don't even like watching the news. She hates the fact that every the way this world is going. Like I hear we're going through another wave in September. We're gonna be locked in again. Hopefully that's not true, but come on, like, do you feel like at any given time, Red, that we gonna get our world back together? Like I always wanna question somebody about that.
2020 has been a crazy year. It's going to be a year to remember, and I'm just trying to take it day by day. Let me ask you this one question before I let you go. Tell the people where you located at, Riri.
I'm from Brooklyn. My fan base know everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm from Bushwick. I was born and raised all my life here, and the crime here is serious. In Brooklyn, in the Bronx, is the highest. Every day somebody getting shot. Every day somebody's getting killed. Every day somebody getting stabbed, or every day somebody getting robbed. Even me, like I bug out when I walk through the streets. It's like to me, I feel like Bushwick don't even look like Bushwick no more. First of all, a lot of hipsters move here, so everything changed. But at night, looks like another world, like ghost land. Like I don't know, like I've been here all my life, so I know the difference. You know what I'm saying? What it was before to now. Like from the 80s and now, man, in the 90s, it's nothing compared to that. Nothing.
Okay, so the question I want to ask you then is, um, being in Brooklyn and but being like you said you're Italian and Puerto Rican, correct?
Yes, but I'm more towards the Puerto Rican side.
Okay, so what I want to ask you is, because of that, do you think you and your daughters have gotten a pass? Do you think y'all get a pass out there in Brooklyn where it's so treacherous in Bushwick because y'all are lighter, or because y'all are Puerto Rican and mixed with Italian, or do y'all get the same treatment and have the same fear as people as dark as me out there?
Well, to be honest, my daughter lives in Jersey, and she went to a party the other day, to her best friend's party, and a fight broke out. My nephew got smacked from some girl. His wife jumped in. Everybody was intoxicated except for my daughter, and it got real ugly to where the girl got stomped out and everything. She left the party leaking. She called the cops. The cops from Jersey, from here, from New York, are definitely prejudiced,
Okay,
definitely way different,
okay.
because I've been in a situation in Jersey too, and I see the way they roll up. They don't roll up in one car. They roll up in trucks. They roll up by 15. Not here.
They come
So
ready. They come ready for the drama.
exactly.
Okay.
So when my daughter told me that they couldn't even control my nephew, and she kept screaming, crying, telling him to, like, please, Brandon, don't act like that because you know they killing us. Like, please, like they couldn't control them, and they had them on the floor with their hands in the back because the girl called and made a phone call saying that they all had guns when they didn't.
Mm-hmm.
So now they all on the floor, and my nephew's wild, and they couldn't control him, and she's crying, please, please, listen to them, lay down. You know how they do? They kill you. Like my daughter literally caught a heart attack because that's what she was thinking, that they were gonna either tase him or shoot him.
Okay. 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 So I pretty much get the gist of what you're saying. Ain't no love. It's the same for all of us minorities. I feel you on that one.
Yes, it's the same for us. It's a black Puerto Rican thing. Trust me.
I got you. I got you.
It is. It's really.
Well,
They give two shits about us.
well, Queen, I appreciate you. I appreciate you calling in. You know, I've been getting with you behind the scenes, cause you know I'm about to get you on the podcast. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna figure a way to get you up. Because let me tell you what I like about you, Riri. You take a you take when you went on Queen's Flip. You understand what I'm saying? You take a lot of heat. You know what I'm saying? People was coming for your neck because they didn't really understand, you understand what I'm saying, your style and you know what I'm saying, exactly what you was doing. But the thing I love about you is you do you. You understand what I'm saying? You do you, and you let the other people follow suit. And it seems like over time you've earned your respect. Like people is really, really fucking with you. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why I want to get you on. I love what you're doing. Let me see if she's still there. You still there, Riri? I love what she's doing. I love what Riri is doing. So we definitely gonna get her on the podcast. Jay Sean, where you at? Jay Sean, where you at? Jay Sean Brown, talk to me. Let me go to my chat. I'm about to break this down for y'all. Make sure you subscribe to Breadman TV on YouTube right now. Make sure you subscribe to Breadman TV on YouTube right now. We are live. Doing a pop-up show. Let me get Riri back up. I'm doing a pop-up show. Jay Sean, I sent you the email. Let's get you up, big man.
Brett, I lost you. I'm sorry, Brett. I lost you for a minute. The last thing I heard you saying was something about you like the fact of me being on Queen's Flip. Right there, I lost you. Let's go back to it.
Right. Matter of fact, Jay Sean, come on Instagram, Jay Sean. You good? Come over here on Instagram. Fuck that Zoom. Come on Instagram. Yeah, what I was saying, Riri, was I like the fact that that you basically are comfortable with who you are, right? You took a lot of flack when you went up there to Queen's Flip, as a lot of people do. You know what I'm saying? Them trolls don't fuck around, right? But
oh my God, do I? They roast me, but I roast them back. I'm a clapper.
Yeah, you know, and you really comfortable with yourself. You don't let people shake your foundation, and so that's really what I respect about you, Queen. So that's why I want to get you on the podcast. We definitely encourage having the women and having the women's voice heard on the Angry Black Man podcast. So we definitely gonna get behind the scenes and you know what I'm saying, get you on here, man. But we not gonna hold you up. Go ahead.
No, and I appreciate everything. I'm glad you DM me. I saw everything, and I'm like, I'm in there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I do Zooms with people from Atlanta. You already see I talk to a bunch of celebrities. I'm networking. I'm grinding real hard. I'm not a quitter. I'm not gonna quit. You know, my goal is to be on Love and Hip Hop, but if I don't make it there, you know what I'm saying? Yo, I'm searching for my own podcast. I'm a baby in this. I've been doing it for almost 3 months. You know, I'm practically getting there to ace it out. So, you know, I'm pretty known. Trust me. Like, a lot of people know me. I talk to people from the UK. I got a lot of people DMing me to do things. I'm about to do a skit soon in my own house. Like, I'm always on Queen's Flip platform. I'm trying to get on Mano Kitchen Talk. Like, Mano know who I am too. Like, this all started behind Mr. Papers.
Okay.
Mr. Papers named me Riri, and I ran with it.
Okay, well that's what's up. That's why I respect your hustle. I can tell you don't stop working, so I want you to stay safe over there. Make sure you keep your mask on when you going out. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Yeah, make sure you keep that mask on. And I'm definitely get with you behind the scenes. I'm trying to get you on here for Sunday. I got an interview actually with Nikki Natural from Love and Hip Hop on Sunday. So I'm trying to figure all that out. But yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
the
we doing
best.
big
That's
things
why I
over
give
here.
you
We
applause.
doing big things over here. Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you, man. Your podcast is popping too.
I appreciate that. So yeah, I'll get with you behind the scenes, and then we gonna finish this. We gonna finish this up. Make sure you share it because we about to body this shit. I'm about to go do this breakdown and show everybody. You understand what I'm saying? Exactly what happened with this case. Okay.
All right, thank you. I'll see you Sunday. I'm gonna be waiting. I'm focused on that. Okay.
Not a problem. I'm gonna get with you.
Thank you so much.
Not a problem. You hold it down, Queen.
All right, baby.
Salute to Riri, man.
Salute.
Salute to Riri. Let's give up. Give Riri a round of applause. Let's give Riri a round of applause. I like that. That's nice crowd participation. Cause this what I'm gonna need tonight to get this message across. That's what I'm gonna need tonight to get this message across. Now I'm about to do this film breakdown. You tuned in to the Angry Black Man Podcast. Make sure you hit like, make sure you hit share, and make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss my live shows. We are here every Sunday at 8:30 p.m. Central. This is love right here. I had to go in for the people. So here we're watching the video. Y'all see him blowing his back out. He's blowing his back out with a 9mm Glock. There's no question of what we're watching. Now, there's another, his comrade is behind him, which is not, he's not white, of course. Of course he's not white. We have almost the same situation where you have a minority cop watching another white racist cop, right, get his shit off. And this is what they like to do. They like to put these minorities with these extremely white racist cops to try to give them a blanket for situations like this. This other cop did not fire his gun. He actually got so shook, he started holstering his weapon in the middle of his partner firing, blowing this man back out. And I'm gonna tell you why. See, here's the truth of the matter of what happened. When the video starts over, you're going to see him walking around the corner as if he's fatigued, right? He's tired and he's fatigued. That's because, let's just keep it funky, he was wrestling with the authorities. Breadman is saying it. He had physical altercation with both of those authorities. So the film picks up with him walking around the corner, okay? And he's trying to get in his car and leave, and he's walking. Now, here's my point. That doesn't matter. So what? So because he wore y'all ass out, because he beat y'all, because he wore y'all ass out, he beat y'all in hand-to-hand combat, which is crazy. It's nuts. I'll give y'all that. It's insane, especially in these days and times. He ended up wrestling with these two police officers. And he handled them both and got up and started walking to his car. And because this white racist cop, because his feelings was hurt, he was not in fear for his life. Either he was lazy, right? He didn't want to do any more police work, or I'm sure he was offended that this black man wore his ass out behind that car. And so even though this black man, right, yes, he's resisting, yes, he's trying to get in the car and leave, but there's 3 kids right there in the back. You can't see them. His 3 kids are in the back. So you're not only saying forget this black man's life, look, behind his back the whole time. And then you shoot him in his back. Okay? There's no doubt about what happened. And see, let me clear y'all up about exactly how the altercation started. This is the crazy part. Let me get back up. This is the crazy part. They weren't even there to deal with him. Nobody called the police on him. Nobody called the police on Jacob Blake. Nobody brought his name up on a police call. He was there to simply pick up his kids, his 3 boys. It was his fiance. Let me get her up. It was his fiance, LaQuisha Booker, who was in an altercation with another female. And that's why the authorities were called. I'm coming to the chat soon. So this is why the authorities was even called in the first place. Not because of Jacob Blake, but in typical racist police fashion, even though they were not called for Jacob Blake, when they saw a black man there getting his kids, right? Gathering his kids, right? They had to say something to him. They had to say, what are you doing? Where are you going? Where are you going? And in typical, stay right there, Jay Sean, in typical black man fashion, righteous black man fashion, man, I'm here to get my kids. I ain't got nothing to do with this. I'm just here to get my kids, homie. I'm you know what I'm saying? And in typical racist white boy fashion, racist Wisconsin white boy fashion, right? Nah, you ain't going nowhere. Nah, let me see your ID. Nah, you need to stay right here too. And so this is how the altercation ensued. Nah, man, you're not keeping me nowhere. You're not keeping me here. I don't have nothing to do with this. I'm leaving. I'm taking my kids and I'm leaving. This is what it all came down to. So who cares if he had a warrant? That's what they're gonna say. Oh, well, he had a warrant. He had this, he had that. Who cares? They had no business even interacting with him. That's not who you was called for. We got Jay Sean Brown, Houston comedian on the line. Let me get you plugged in. How you doing tonight?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm all right, man. I'm trying to make it, man. You know how it is. One day at a time, bro.
Same here. Straight up.
So have you I know you've been tuned in. You saw the video, correct?
Oh yeah.
What's your thoughts? What's your thoughts on this, man? What are your thoughts on this? Talk to me.
I feel the same way. It's like I feel like right now, for some reason, the police just feel like they can do whatever the fuck they want to do when it comes to a black man and get away with it. We could be innocent, don't have shit to do with what's going on, and they find a reason and they're like, oh. And it's on camera too. So it's like they can't deny the truth. It's right there in front of us. And they just killing us. And I feel like this shit gotta stop. But we gonna have to fight back. That's all there is to it.
Now, when you say fight back, expound on that. Elaborate. What does it look like for a black man or a black woman or black child to fight back against oppression, like we've seen with Jacob Blake and many others?
Yeah, like you said, we be doing everything right and still get fucked with. You see it. You see people, they say, oh, don't resist. You see people not resisting. And still getting fucked with, I seen a video of a dude handcuffed on the ground doing what they said, and the cop just came through and kicked him in the face. They don't look at us like humans. They look at us like we ain't shit. That's been embedded in them, though. You know what I'm saying? Like Dick Gregory was saying something about like people that even want to become cops, especially white cops in America. You already is like that. So you wanted to become a cop so you could do the shit that you see on TV. So fighting back, I mean, we've seen like the people in Georgia where they come together and try something now when we all together. That's what it's gonna have to come to, unless we want to keep seeing this every time they want to show it to us. because united we stand, divided we gonna fall. If they catch one of us, they can get you by yourself. But if it's 10 of us and 10 of them, they already scared. They got to call more people at that point. Hold on, it's an even fight. We can't deal with that. They know they can't.
Let me
That's
let
what
me
it's gonna have to take.
let me bounce something. Let me bounce something off of you because I feel like we've been all over the place trying to find solutions, and you understand what I'm saying? There's one thing that I've noticed when we're dealing with these authorities, and that's it sparks off with whatever you want to call a miscommunication, right? Communication is involved. Try to stay with me. Now, I tried to ask people the benefits of even talking to a cop. You know, that's the law that says you have a right to remain silent. You know, that's a real thing. That's in the Constitution, right?
Yeah.
Right? Right? Like that's a real thing. You understand what I'm saying? But
That's like when you getting questioned as you the criminal. Like we getting fucked up when we call them to help us. Like, hey man, some shit just happened. Like they called the police on a homeless white man that was attacking 2 kids, and the police got on the kids. This motherfucker homeless with a knife. What the fuck? They let him go.
So now you bring me to my point. In 2020, as a black person, you have no business talking to or dealing with the authorities. That's just point blank period. Until this changes, right? Until this overtly changes, we have to police ourselves. We have to completely change the paradigm. You understand what I'm saying? Of these dynamics. And the first way you do that, I say, is by enacting your right to remain silent. Now, imagine that if cops were pulling over people, black people, right, all over the nation. You understand what I'm saying? And traffic stops, right, in regular interactions, whatever. But there's some kind of phenomenon because the jails are filling up. Why are the jails filling up? The jails are filling up because we pulling these black people over, and the only thing they got in their hand is their ID, and they won't say shit else. They won't say nothing else. It's like we back in the 50s or the 60s, and they making some kind of civil rights stance. So we got to take them in, we got to take them to jail, and then we end up letting them walk. This really happened in the 60s. It was called back then it was civil disobedience, meaning and what the court systems would get overflowed with what you gonna charge them with? Trying to sit at the lunch counter, that's all they was doing. What you gonna charge them with? Sitting down on the sidewalk, that's all they was doing. It's too many cases. We gotta let them go. Right. So at this point, we need to make a stand and say, you know what? I'm not even talking to you no more because that puts my life in jeopardy. Here's my ID, and you do the rest of the work. Yeah, you might take me to jail just to piss me off, just to fuck my day up. But you know what? That's cool because I'm making a stand. So you know what? On top of that, I live to see another day.
I agree with that.
It's gonna put us through a lot of trouble. It's gonna cause a lot of inconvenience, right? But what else are we gonna do? You put your life in jeopardy every time you deal with these people.
Every time. And see, that's what like other races don't understand. That like it's really war out here against us. They don't understand that shit. Like, and we got people in our own race, like Candace Owens. You can keep naming them.
Exactly.
That will look at the victim and say, like, right, this story right here we talking about. I can guarantee you it's gonna be one of them coon celebrities saying something and pointing the blame at the victim. Guarantee you. That's what they get paid to do. That's why I really don't even fuck with celebrities like that. Because a lot of them they can't talk like how we can talk right here. Just really being honest. They gotta be quiet and do what they told. So we gotta come together. It's if not, this is what's gonna happen. We keep seeing it.
We have to get on one accord.
We have to.
We have to get on one code. We have to get on one accord, and that's the only thing I keep coming back to. Because it all pops off just by talking to them. They pull you over and it escalates. And so my thing is, I'm not trying to roll the dice. I don't want to take a chance and hopefully you a good cop. You understand what I'm saying? Or
Right,
or maybe you just a pissed off motherfucker. And even though all my shit is good, right?
good.
You want to ask me what's wrong with my attitude, or which one you got a chip on your shoulder, or you don't have no respect, or what? You know what I'm saying? And now here we go. Now here we go. It's game on. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
We've seen this time and time again. So we need to get to a point on one code where, look, I have my ID out. It's right here. Before you even ran up on me, it's right here. Anything else after that is obsolete. Either you giving me a ticket, either it doesn't matter what you say. I'm like a robot, nigga. I'm silent. There's nothing you can say. It's nothing you can do but put handcuffs on me, my nigga. That's it.
Yeah.
And what I'm saying is, this is not far-fetched because all I'm doing is talking about the civil rights movement. This happened in the civil rights movement.
Must be coming in.
Yeah, I got you. This was the civil rights movement. You tune in to the Angry Black Man podcast. Make sure you hit like. Make sure you share. Make sure you hit the notification button. And if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. That's the most important thing. Right? If you want to support the podcast, you can cash out $Breadman281. That's $Breadman281 if you want to support the podcast. This shit is not free. It's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, and money, and time, and sacrifice. Let me go to the chat. Let me get up and go to the chat. All right? Salute to Everyday Lee. Salute to Everyday Lee. Everyday Lee says the numbers got to go up, man. I feel you. Share my shit. I feel you. That's how I feel. The coldest podcast out. Niggas ain't even on right now. Y'all playing. The coldest podcast out. He wanted me to ask Riri about Ratty. I'm going to get her back on. You could come on next week and ask her yourself. Everyday Lee says, also says cold-blooded, sad. After all we've been going through. That's a fact. For some reason, my Instagram acting up. That's a fact. Let me get back in here. Right? But, there's nothing you can say. There is nothing you can say that will excuse this attempted murder we saw on camera. There's nothing you can say that will excuse the attempted murder in front of this man's kids on camera. There's nothing you can say to excuse this. And you wasn't scared. You wasn't scared. You was defeated. I'm going straight to it. It's nothing you can say. You felt defeated. Your pride was hurt. Your pride was hurt. So rather than go a second round with this dude, like y'all would do with these white boys, these crazy white boys, or all kind of meth, super meth, and all kind of crazy stuff, right? Instead of going another round with them, you'd rather just shoot him in the back. You'd rather just shoot him in the back. Because I'm going to ask you a question right now. Let me ask you a question. Why was the guns even out? Because y'all was wrestling with him and you couldn't beat him? That's how, wait a minute. See, that's how you get him. Let me get back up here. Let me ask you a real question. Let me ask y'all a real ass question. How did the guns even come out in the first place? I'm keeping it funky. Y'all ass was defeated. He worked y'all behind that goddamn car. He worked y'all. Then he got up. Y'all pulled the guns out because he was working y'all. And you couldn't shoot him. Then he got to the car and then you decided just to shoot him in the back. This is what's happening, man. I'm not lying. The camera's telling y'all right there. I'm not making this up. He worked y'all behind that car. He worked y'all. Gave y'all the business. And y'all pulled out. Y'all pulled out. And so they can't be teaching that. They can't be teaching that. And see, I had somebody tell me some real shit anyways. And that's why I'm to the mindset of I'm done with these motherfuckers. Take me to jail, I'm not saying shit. I don't have nothing to say. You got my ID. I'm not even gonna tell you I'm exercising my right to remain silent. I'm not even trying to say that. I see what you on, nigga. I see what you on. I'm straight. Do what you gotta do. But I'm not saying shit. You wanna put me in handcuffs? Here you go. You need to put me, go ahead. You wanna take me down? Whatever. I'm not saying shit. Because it could cost me my life. That's a fact. Let me start my live over. You can follow me on Instagram too. You can follow me on Instagram at BreadDaily832. That's at BreadDaily832. Okay? You can follow me on Instagram at BreadDaily832. I'm taking my time on this one. So you pulled out on him because you decided you weren't up for another round. He worked both of y'all. You know how they always try to talk that tough stuff, talk that tough talk? Like you'll really take the gun and the badge off and go with me like you really hard. We've seen these. No, that's not how it works. This is what they do. And that's not what you signed up to be a policeman for. And so if that is the case, then we're done. I say we're done. Start invoking. You don't even have to invoke it. That's why it's called your right to remain silent. You wouldn't even be invoking your right to remain silent unless you remain silent. Do you understand what I'm saying? Why is it up to you to sit and try to get a feel of this? If this is a racist cop that's here to try to take your head off, take your life, put you in jail, put you under on some bullshit, why is it up to you to do this with a person that is armed? They show up armed already. Why is it up to you as a black person to do all this math and science, right? Why? I say, here's my ID. They give it to you for a reason. It's already out there. Whether I'm in the car, whether I'm walking, I already know what time it is. I seen you coming. My ID already right here, buddy. It's nothing to talk about. Because there's no telling where this conversation could go. And I'm telling you, if you have a movement or this type of shit going on, because this was gonna happen. They're gonna try to take you down anyways. Okay, you wanna be a smart ass. You wanna be a smart ass, huh? You wanna be a smart ass, huh? So I'm gonna take you downtown anyways. I'll remind you, just like they were doing our grandparents, our great-grandparents in the civil rights movement. But guess what? They're releasing you with no charges. The courts are overflowed with the same shit. What are you charging him for? I don't know. He gave me his ID. So why'd you bring him down? He wouldn't talk. He wouldn't say anything. You see, it's up to you. You're the policeman. It's up to you to do the police work. That's why I have the right to remain silent. But what I'm saying is it's beyond trying to protect yourself and from legal ramifications. Now I'm trying to protect my life. Now I'm trying to protect my life. My life is in danger. So we not even finna front about why I just gave you my ID when you pulled up and I haven't said shit since. We not even gonna front about why you got me all the way out the car, why you keep asking me questions, and why you keep this and that, you know what I'm saying all this fly shit, or why you even acting, now you acting all concerned, now you whatever, but I'm not saying shit, nothing. We know why now. We know why, because there's a movement. These people are done with us. Now the only thing we can do is take them down for a ride. And they get right out. Drop case. Because here's the real deal. How are these people even showing up to domestic violence situations? How are these bloodthirsty criminals showing up to protect the citizens, so-called, at a traffic? You showing up with a traffic stop with a semi-automatic. Why should I have to hold a whole conversation with an individual? Do you understand what I'm saying? I don't care who you are. Why should I just ran a stop sign. So now I have to have a conversation with a whole individual that has a semi-automatic in my face. Let's do some basic math right now, man. Let's really think about what we're doing here. Let's really think about what we're doing here. What we think is normal. Let's really think about what we're doing here. So you think it's normal, right? We in America, we think it's normal. We in America, we think it's normal to get pulled over, right? Make sure you subscribe to Breadman TV on YouTube right now. Salute to my IG. But we in America, we think it's normal to run a stop sign or go a little bit too fast, right? And be pulled over by an authority and now have to have a conversation with somebody who has a whole fully semi-automatic on their hip with their hand on a semi-automatic pistol. We as Americans, we think that that's normal. We think it's normal to, right, call somebody for help because a family member has mental health issues, or we're having a dispute, a domestic dispute. Jacob Blake. And he wasn't, like I said, he wasn't even the center of attention. They didn't even call on him. It was Miss Booker. But what I'm saying is, as Americans, we think that it's normal to put in a call for help. You know what I'm saying? In a domestic violence situation, right, or a domestic dispute, and to have armed men in bulletproof vests, armored from head to toe. Nigga, you got a helmet on. You got a whole bulletproof vest. You got steel-toe boots on. You got shin. You got shin protect guard. You got bars on. You got all kind of shit going on. And man, my nigga, I just called you because my uncle drunk, bro. All I did, my uncle drunk, bro. He do this all the time. I'm telling you, soon as he pull up, my uncle he tripping. He do this all the time. You show up like it's a goddamn riot. Like it's a riot going on. Like there's somebody held hostage here. That's how y'all show up. So we in America for some reason, we think that this is normal behavior. We think that this is normal behavior, but I want to take the time to remind y'all, right, that 80% of the other successful countries in the world, they don't stand for that. When you're in London, you understand what I'm saying? When you're in the UK and you get pulled over for a traffic stop, it's a person in a little checkered car. You understand? He hop out with he's armed with a little thick ticket book. Maybe some mace. Some mace. Don't even have a billet club when you get pulled over for a traffic stop in 80% of the rest of the successful countries in the world. But we think that that's crazy. Oh, what? How you gonna go out there and police and you don't even have a gun? How you gonna go out there? How you gonna go out there and stop somebody and pull somebody over and put your life on the line? How you putting your life on the line and you just most of the time you're just pulling somebody over for what you pulled them over for running the stop sign. You're talking about the 0.2%. So that's cause for you now to, every time you deal with an American, a tax-paying American, right? Any small infraction, any small misunderstanding, I instantly have to talk to a person with a semi-automatic. with a semi-automatic gun that can kill me. That's not normal. I'm trying to tell y'all, this is not normal behavior. This is this is an American thing. So I'm gonna tell y'all keep on talking. Go ahead. Keep playing with your life. Keep playing with your life if you want to. If what I'm saying don't make sense, please let me know. Let me go to the chat. Jayshawn Brown back in the chat says, right, why the guns even out? That's a fact. You took the guns out, you pulled your guns out on him because he beat you. He beat you both. So it don't even matter what y'all show. It don't even matter what y'all try to show. Show me the whole video. I want to see that video of this black man working y'all behind that car. Somebody got it. Let me see the body cam of how he submitted you both behind the car. Because I'm still here to remind you all that is not a cause to pull out a semi-automatic handgun and shoot someone 7 times in the back. That's not what's supposed to happen. Because I can go right now. I can pull up y'all don't want me to go in tonight. I can pull up a video right now on YouTube. Many videos. I can go to many videos right now of white boys yoked up on PCP, meth, and all kind of other crazy drugs, working the police, going after them with knives, all kind of stuff. And guess what? It's funny. It's like we're watching a circus. They're funny videos. You see what I'm saying? We watch and we laugh. We say, "Oh, look at the butt naked white man running around the parking lot chasing the police." We think that's funny. You can find like 7 of those videos right now. Look at the white man, right? Look at. We think it's funny. We say, "Oh, look at the butt naked white man on you know what I'm saying? On hallucinogens or whatever a crazy drug on. He running after the police in the parking lot. Oh, that's funny. That's crazy." But we as black people, we look at that and we are astonished. We are astonished because we don't understand. We don't get it. Show the whole tape. I want to see the whole tape. That's what you're going to say. Oh, he wrestled us to the ground. Okay, that's fine. But still, how do the guns come out? Period. Show the whole video of him subduing both of you sorry, lazy cops. One of you extremely racist. There was no fear here. You got defeated. You got defeated. You singled him out. You had no business even singling him out. He was showing up to get his kids. The police were not called for Mr. Jacob Blake. He was an innocent party. He was only showing up to get his 3 boys who were in the car when you shot him right by his car, and his 3 kids were in the back. He was there to pick those boys up. So instead of doing your job, let me calm down because I want to get this across. Because I'm trying to get this right. This happens so many times. Just being a black man, this is what happens to us. By just being a black man and having a mind of your own and having the nerve to stand up for yourself and assert your rights. This is what happens all the time. Instead of doing your job, Mr. Racist White Policeman, instead of doing your job because you were called for Miss Booker, you were dealing with that altercation. She was fighting with another female. So when they called you, a black man was not even in the picture. You wasn't even there to deal with a black man. He didn't say nothing to you. You saw a black man getting his kids, removing his kids from this situation, like any real black man would do that's involved in his kid's life. Let me get the picture up because I got the receipts. Jacob Blake, family man, shot several times in the back by police in front of his 3 sons, Kenosha, Wisconsin. I got the receipts. There you go right there. Doing what a father supposed to do. Now y'all go in on us, right? Y'all want to call us deadbeat dads. Y'all want to tear us down. Y'all want to say most black men this, most black men that, right? Y'all want to tear them down. But then when you see one, let me get that right. So now when you see a black man taking care of his business, right? When you see a black man take care of his business, removing his kids, right? You supposed to salute that man. You supposed to salute that man. He's showing up just to get his kids away from the situation. As a man with kids, any man should be able to respect that, whether you got a badge on or not. You should be able to respect that as a man, as a father, right? But see, here's the thing. They don't see us as men. They see us as black. That's it. Don't even put the species after it. Black man, black woman, black child, black boy, black girl, black babies that were in the car. That's an obsolete word to them. It's black. That's all they see. That's all they see. And so when you saw another black showing up doing righteous things, as the racist white cop you are in Wisconsin, you took it upon yourself to put a stop to that. You stopped that man in his tracks, right? You stopped that man in his tracks, okay? You asked him what he's doing, where he's going. You started harassing him. You told him to stay right there, don't go anywhere. He let you know, nah, I'm not, no, I didn't do nothing. I'm here to get my boys, I'm leaving. You put your hands on him. He worked y'all both. That's just a fact. I'm not even trying to get around that. I'm not even trying to get around that. I'm not one of those people. I'm not, the blind following. I don't do that. I keep it all the way funky. So y'all tried him. You put your hands on him. A violent situation ensued. Let me get the picture up. Let me get the picture up. Let me get the picture. Y'all can see for yourself. Okay? He quickly worked both of y'all. Y'all saw what that work was like real quick. Y'all felt that strength. Both of y'all felt that strength. Right? Y'all bagged up and y'all pulled out. He hopped up and walked off. You bagged up and then you pulled out. You pulled your semi-automatic out because you got worked. And so now you busted on film because you didn't shoot him as soon as you put your gun out. You followed him. You walked behind him with his back turned. And then you proceeded to let off 7 shots in his back in front of his kids. Bullets could have ricocheted off the motor and hit one of those boys. See, we're not even thinking about that. Reckless endangerment of a child. Reckless endangerment of 3 black boys. We're not thinking that. Salute the go get 'em. Go get 'em says, black is the word that stops them in their tracks. I've never heard all lives matter as a rebuttal to blue lives matter. Go get 'em says, even if he is a deadbeat dad or a criminal, he still should not have been shot. I say this, I second that. I second and I third that. That's what everybody is failing to understand. You know, I'm going to say something that's going to mess your head up. I'm going to say something that this might upset a lot of people. This might upset a lot of people. The call line is open. You can call in 832-598-1641. You can also reach me on Instagram. You can follow me at @BreadDaily832. That's @BreadDaily832. Make sure you subscribe right now. 7. Salute to Ray C in the chat. 7 shots. Why so many? I'm going to tell you. And then I'm going to say something that might upset y'all. I'm going to tell you, let me tell you why so many shots. Let me help y'all understand what goes on here. Because I don't know if y'all following up. The governor spoke up against this act. I think the mayor spoke up against this act. A lot of big wigs, the police chief spoke up against this act early. They're turning their back on their compadre early, aren't they? Why? Because you let them live. You didn't do your job properly. We, as a police corps, we teach you to shoot center mass and to shoot to kill at all times. We do this for a reason, for the simple fact, right? We don't need him living to tell his story, whether he was right or wrong. We don't need them living to tell their story. We don't need any witnesses. We don't want to pay any doctor bills. We don't want to deal with any rigmarole, any collateral damage from this. So it's best to fire center mass and shoot to kill. Right? That's why so many shots. That's why so many shots. You feel me? You tuned in to the Angry Black Man podcast. Make sure you subscribe to Breadman TV on YouTube. That's Breadman TV on YouTube. Now I'm about to tell y'all something that might upset y'all. It might upset y'all. But I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Let me get up real quick so everybody can see me. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Make sure you subscribe to Breadman TV on YouTube. Okay? I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Salute to Colombian Cafe. Salute. Salute. Let me know if you want to get in on this conversation. This might upset y'all. This might be a shocker. But I'm gonna go ahead and say it. You as an American, you as an American, you have a right. You even have a right to commit a crime. As an American, believe it or not, it's your choice whether you want to commit a crime or not. Now, it's on the books of what those crimes, what the repercussion you're going to pay for those crimes. But you do still have a right to commit a crime in America. That's just a fact. That's a fact. And depending on what crime you commit, there is a direct penalty on the books for that crime. The key part is to get the person who committed that crime, right, to the justice system, in custody, to the jail, before the court, before their peers. You have a right to all this. I got a right if I want to go out and steal something tomorrow. That's my goddamn right. That's my right. It doesn't mean that I should pay with my life. Salute to Colombian Cafe. That's Colombian Cafe on IG. Let me get you in. How you doing? Where you calling from?
Hi, Washington, D.C.
Washington, D.C. I love it out there. I love it out there. A lot of beautiful black people, and on top of that, y'all running shit. You understand? That's what I like. That's what I like about out there. Hey, it ain't just it's a lot of black people out here. That's cool. That's cool. No. When I went out there, right, I went to some very respected places, and when I asked to always speak to a manager, you understand what I'm saying? A black person showed up. You understand what I'm saying? Right. Right, we doing big things out there. I like Washington D.C. But so
How long ago was that? How long ago was the time that you came to D.C.?
Yeah. Let's talk about it. Have you seen the video?
How I seen the video that he got shot?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, talk to me. How do you feel about this?
I mean, cowards, cowards, and um, agitators, because what the way a lot of people are getting us is sentimentally, like on a spiritual level.
Mm.
So that can sway us different ways, if taken irresponsibly.
Elaborate. You said that the way that they are getting us like this is on a spiritual level. I can see her, but y'all can't. This is also a black woman. Salute, Queen. Please elaborate.
So I mean, we're as a society we're getting like this broke down narrative and
Mm.
experience. So it just doesn't like make us use our own ions, our own, DNA to escape a lot of these fake realms that they've put us in.
Mm.
And they do it, for like political gain, and a lot of times you talk a lot, but I never see you in the hood. About 2 weeks ago, there was a mass shootout in DC,
Mm-hmm.
the second biggest shootout in the hood in 2020, and it didn't get national coverage. I didn't
Wow.
see Black Lives Matter. That happened like 10 blocks away from where I live. So,
Okay. Okay.
I mean, I see a lot of talking, a lot of politics. The so-called Democrat Party,
Mm-hmm.
they're just basing their campaign on bullying all over Trump, but they're not talking nothing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. I hear you.
All you do is agitate. All you do is agitate. But you don't. You're basing your campaign on another man's back.
Mm. Okay. And this is how you feel. I respect how you feel. Let's go. Let's go. We listening.
You're making another man's back, and it's unfortunate, but whenever you are interested in a subject, you remove the emotion and you go in, utilizing all your brain power
Hmm.
that is, and you start decoding and having critical thinking on yourself. And then you be like, well, okay, let's see what the previous presidency did for us that is trying to bring some reminiscence, some remnants from your past. What did you do for black people?
Hmm.
And then you come to find out this nigga, they call him Orange nigga, have done a lot for black people, like like the HBCUs have gotten a lot of people who got locked up in the 90s, 80s on like crack and weed, like petty crimes that today is legal in DC. You can go to a dispensary and get all day,
Right.
So took a lot of people out of jail too. Like, so then you start weighing things, then you see who are funding these groups, and you start seeing a lot of stuff, and you start seeing how like you are being punked,
Now
you
watch
know?
this. Now watch this. We about to have a breakthrough. We're about to have a breakthrough here on the Angry Black Man podcast, and I'm about to show y'all why. I want to help everybody understand what's going on, and I'm gonna help you understand why this platform is so important. If you watch it right now, make sure you hit subscribe. Now it's clear that this woman, this black queen, she is a Trump supporter. Let me know if I'm saying anything wrong. It sounds like you.
I don't support nobody. I don't support nobody, but I check facts.
Okay, okay, and the facts that you told us, the facts that you.
I check facts. You can check it. I don't even tell people vote for this or vote for that. I'm not political.
Right, right.
But you're not gonna tell me what to believe, because you know what? Let me tell you another thing. I don't appreciate
Mm-hmm.
this nigga sitting with fucking WAP Queen.
Mm-hmm.
Like WAP Queen represents me. That really doesn't represent me.
Okay, so let me just make it clear over the facts.
Make a clap over there.
Go ahead.
Like you insulting me. Then you go to a breakfast club talking about it's clear you just gotta vote me. You ain't black if you don't vote. Like
Right,
what kind of
right. Well, let's slow
nonsense?
let's slow down. Let's slow down. Let's slow down. Like I said, we're about to have a breakthrough. So we want to make sure that people get the facts, right? One of the facts is that
Facts.
one of the facts. One of the
And
facts.
then make your
Go
own
ahead.
decision.
Go ahead.
Whatever. Biden, Trump, whatever. Who cares?
So one of the
But,
facts,
like, stop
the facts that you're making the people aware of. One, you said the orange man. You spoke of the orange. We call him the orange man, and you say that we like to try to put our problems on his back. That's one fact you said. The second fact that you said was he has done a lot for HBCU colleges. That's the second fact you said. The third fact you said, we're still talking about Donald Trump, is that he's also been involved in prison reform, getting black people out of prison. You know what I'm saying? So these are three
I'm
facts.
sorry. Could you repeat the number one fact that I didn't get it? The number one fact.
The number one, I believe the number one fact that you said is that black people, we call him the orange man, and we like to put our problems and blame him for our problems. Is that what you said?
No, I didn't say that. No,
Okay,
I
okay. I
didn't
just
say
wanted to
that.
make sure.
So I have to repeat you.
Okay, okay.
No, I didn't
Correct
say
me.
that.
Correct
I
me.
just said A. I just said A and B.
Okay,
I've
okay.
seen A from previous
Okay.
presidency, and I've been here, and I've seen this from this presidency, and I've been in this area in the states. I'm acquainted like about 3 decades.
Okay, okay.
So, like I've seen presidencies.
Now here's the thing. Here comes the breakthrough. I want you to pay attention, because a lot of people, they get lost in the sauce, right? My podcast really throws them for a loop, right? Because they think they that they could call up and say, oh, y'all this y'all, and they think I'm going to defend the Democrat or say Obama and this whole. No. Because what people need to understand is very, very simple when it comes to the Angry Black Man podcast. Okay, at the end of the day, I'm a black person and you're a black person, right? And so when we're talking about an issue, when we're talking about an issue that we're talking about today, which is life or death.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? When we're talking about as a black person, as a black people, this is what a lot of us we lose each other. You understand what I'm saying? Because when you're talking about life and death, your political party doesn't matter.
Don't matter.
It's off the table. It's obsolete because they're not even going to ask about that.
Exactly.
Then they're not gonna be worried about that after you dead. You know what I'm saying? Because you got
Thank
killed
you.
as a black person. You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So when we talking about issues like this, life or death, you know what I'm saying? That's why I encourage everybody to call up, because I don't care who you support or what you stand on. You know what I'm saying? We have to get these facts. You understand what I'm saying? As far as life and death and how to make it through these situations, we have to get on the same page as far as this is concerned.
You 100%
Yeah.
correct, brother. Brother, you are 100% correct.
Yeah.
But that's why, like, I started, like, I never, like, really pay attention to politics.
Mm-hmm.
But then I came to find out that a lot of the laws that they be
Yes.
passing and a lot of the moves that they be making
Mm-hmm.
politically affect us.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And when I came into your life, I heard you about talking about bang bang, and then you got people talking about that they want to take it away from us. That, you know what I mean? Like, like we got some amendments here.
Right. And so
And
I
people
was
that
speaking
wanna
of,
bypass.
my solution is basically to try to educate black people on invoking their right to remain silent. That's my thing. That's the only thing that I could come up with. Here's my ID. You know what I'm saying? Because there's anything that I say
And
can
also the right to put arms, bear
the right to
arms,
bear arms, especially.
you
Especially.
know is exactly. Even if you have to do a psych assessment or whatever assessment, if you want to be legit, let's make it legit. But don't tread on people's rights that has been from the Constitution, the birth of this country.
Now let
Although
me
a lot of people migrate.
now let me ask you a question. Are you subscribed on YouTube yet? Have you subscribed to my podcast on YouTube?
I should. I'm here on it's the Angry Black Man.
Yeah, the Angry Black Man podcast. If you haven't subscribed, I want you to make sure that you go subscribe. I appreciate you. I appreciate you camming up, because let me tell you something. There are a lot of people up there that have some of your views, but they don't want to get on the camera, or when they leave their comment, they don't want to leave like a name, or we don't know. It's just a troll, a ghost troll. You understand what I'm saying? I don't understand why people do that. So I think it was important for you to call in so people could see. It doesn't matter what party you fall on. If you black, when it comes to this situation, life or death, we got to figure this out together. Now, where you decide to go after that you know what I'm saying? Well, we can deal with that later. But as far as this life and death situation and dealing with the authorities, we need to figure this out together. I'm going to give you the last word. Is there anything you want to promote on here, or you want to tell the people? I'm going to give you the last word.
Not at all. I just came on here on the humble.
Okay.
And, I mean, I've noticed that, you have a big voice and I never listen to you. So on the humble, and I mean, I didn't even do my hair. I look crazy.
You all right, Queen. You all right. You all right. We like that. We like the natural here at the Angry Black Man podcast. We endorse that. You are good here.
Thank you.
Not a problem. Not a problem.
So no, I mean it's good, rich conversations that we can have respectfully, harmoniously. I mean, I don't see why not be speak from the soul, because many times when we're close-minded, we can't see past. And come to find out, years in this earth is like when we think emotionally, we can't even think clearly.
That's a fact. That's
You
a
know what
fact.
I mean? We can sometimes we gotta remove the emotions.
That's a fact.
And so if people are playing with our spirits, you know what I mean? So
The two things that I can agree with you with, Colombian Cafe. These two things that I can agree with you on. That black people do need to focus more on being more calm and taking emotions out of decisions and reactions. Right? Across the board, okay? Yeah. And number two, we do need to get more into politics, right? Study politics more, regardless of what side that you fall on, because there is, let's just keep it funky. There's power in politics. So you are right about two things. I agree with you on those two things.
You follow both sides.
Right.
Both. Dance reps. What you saying and what you're saying. Let me check your record. Stop
That's
being
a fact.
a hoe. Don't
That's
be
a fact.
hoe.
That's a
Don't
fact.
be a hoe. You wanna get on every train. Don't be a hoe.
That's a fact.
I know everybody gotta eat, but we can use our brains. Like we don't even use our brains anymore.
That's a fact. That's a
So
fact.
it's like all these like you gotta listen. Even if you do not like one perspective, be strong.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Just
Mm-hmm.
listen. So it's not gonna hurt you.
I hear that. I
That's
hear that.
when that's when you gangster. The most gangsters don't get touched.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Gangsters don't get touched,
Well, we
and we
appreciate
working.
you. We appreciate
Hmm.
you calling in. Now look, we go every Sunday at 8:30. This is a pop-up show, but we go every Sunday at 8:30 p.m. Central. We got Nikki Natural from Love and Hip Hop. I'll be interviewing her this Sunday coming up. So I want to make sure that you tuned in. I'm gonna say that again. We got Nikki Natural from Love and Hip Hop, right? We will be interviewing her this Sunday. So I want to make sure you tuned in. But I appreciate you calling in. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, you take care. All right, man.
All right,
Y'all make sure, man, y'all hit subscribe right now if you tuned in. That's what we talking about. That's the type of shit I'm trying to make happen here at the Angry Black Man Podcast. Let's give the Colombian Queen Cafe. I gotta give her a round of applause, man. I got to give her a round of applause. Let me see if I can get it right. Where we at? Let's give her a round of applause for that call in. This is what we're doing. We're breaking boundaries. We're breaking boundaries here at the Angry Black Man Podcast. I'm trying to tell y'all. A lot of people try to say they got an open platform, right? They try to say, oh, I got an open platform. Anybody can call up, right? Right? I'm one of the only ones that's really doing that. I don't care who you are. We can engage. Let me go to the chat. Ray C says, thank you, Brad, man. Salute. Ray C also says, beautiful discussion. Jay Sean Brown says, they shoot to kill. Ray C says, every bullet, one shooting should explain why. Come on, man. This is very, very simple out here. Let's do the math. Let's do the knowledge, how they say. Let's do the knowledge. Okay? Let's do the knowledge. Do you think we should still be interacting with the police? I don't care what the situation is. We need to have our own community policing. We need to figure this out. Those days are over. You have no business communicating with a police officer. Not because it's not gangster, that's not cool. No, you're putting your life in danger. You're putting your life in danger. Invoke your right to remain silent. And people don't understand invoking your right to remain silent that really actually means remaining silent. I have nothing to say. Here's my ID. Do some work for a change. Do some actual police work for a change. Well, if you haven't committed any crime, then you shouldn't be tight-lipped. You shouldn't. So I don't give a fuck. We're not talking anymore. Those days are over. Do some police work. Run my ID. I don't care. Where you going? I don't have this. I'm not even telling you I don't have nothing to say. Like you have my ID. There's nothing for me to say because the science, the numbers, the math, the statistics, everything says that I have no business talking to you with a semi-automatic on your hip. And you conveniently have your hand hovering around the handle. And you think that I should be comfortable. I should be comfortable having a conversation with you. Those days are over. Those days are over. We don't need you. We don't need you. We don't need you showing up with firearms. I know what they say. I know what they try to say about black on black crime. But I'm going to keep it funky. I'm more scared of the police than I am of my own. That's a fact. I know how to maneuver with my people. I know the rules and regulations in my area, in other people's area. I know how to move as a black person in a poverty-stricken area. I know these things. Therefore, my number of survival go up exponentially by just moving a certain way. But when you add an authority, when you add a policeman, when you add a police, black, white, it don't even matter. When you add a police into that equation, the numbers go off the rails. The numbers go off the rails. So it's best for me to be prepared with my ID and my papers, hand them over, you understand? And let that be that. You have no business communicating with the authorities. Well, what if we need them? You don't need them. How? Somebody tell me right now, let me get back up. Tell me right now when a police officer has ever helped you. Tell me now when you had something stolen from you, or somebody was in the process of stealing something from you, which everybody didn't got something stole from them. Everybody knows somebody who didn't got something stole from them. Some people, you know what I'm saying, even been robbed. But at least everybody didn't got. Everybody of a certain age didn't got at least one time. Do you know anybody that had a policeman bringing their stuff back? Or better yet, even had a policeman stop something in a crime, and then you had a policeman call you, or you know what I'm saying, say, hey man, we got your car here. Hey man, we got your wallet here, or we got your such and such. You know, we saw this. We actually stopped this person from trying to break into your home. We actually stopped this person from breaking into your car. We actually stopped this person from stealing your lawnmower. That never happens. It never happens. They are after responders. They're not even first responders. So why do we need you? What you talking about? I need you to call you for what? If they dead, I don't need you. If somebody been shot and they dead, I don't need you. I need a coroner. If somebody been shot, I don't need you. I need an ambulance. If somebody been hurt, I don't need you. I need an ambulance. We need medical attention. If there's somebody out here in the hood that's mentally ill, we don't need you, policemen, showing up with a firearm. We need specialists trained in the mental health field to come out here and deal with this. If we getting pulled over for traffic stops, we don't need to be dealing with you, Mr. Policeman. We need to be dealing with somebody with a pen and pad that's hopping out to give us a ticket. Until we get there, I say to the black community, the communication must stop. All communication with the authorities must cease. And I don't care who you are. I don't care. I don't even care. I don't care if you don't have no warrants. That's the only way we're going to make this get on the same accord, make this a level playing field. I don't care if you're clean. A lot of people be clean and then they be dead. A lot of black people be clean. And then after dealing with the police officers, they be dead. I'm going to say that one more time. A lot of black people be clean. And then after they deal with the police officers, they be dead. So we need to invoke all right to remain silent. And I don't want to get nobody messed up. I'm to the point to where I want to find a lawyer. I want to find an attorney and come up with an online class that people can look at and participate in to understand exactly what I'm talking about. So your chances of survival as a black man and having some kind of quality of life can go up, man, because right now we're not prepared. We're not prepared. Our kids are not prepared to deal with what's on our neck right now. No, we not. We're not prepared. That's where I'm at with it. You know, I'm looking at this video. I'm looking at this video. And this was premeditated. Premeditated attempted murder is what you're looking at. He worked you behind the car. Y'all hopped up. And then you pulled your guns out for no reason. Now you're walking behind him. You're walking, but this is premeditated. And I'm going to wait until you get to your car, then I'm going to shoot you. I shouldn't even have my gun out. I shouldn't even have my gun out. But at this point, right? At this point, I'm pissed because you defeated me. You worked me out here in front of all these people, me and my partner. You worked me and my partner out here in front of these people. And so for that, I had to pull out on you. Even though we weren't here for you. Even though you had nothing to do with this. Even though you're a black man showing up to get his kids, doing the right thing, trying to get your kids from a bad situation. Right? I tried to invoke on your rights, and he wasn't having it. Wasn't having it. And then I put my hands on you. You wasn't having it. And you worked me. You worked me and my partner. So we let you go, and I pulled out. I pulled out my semi-automatic and had no reason. They had no reason to pull out a firearm. No reason whatsoever. That's not what's supposed to happen when you can't beat a person with hand to hand. Like that's not what's supposed to happen. They clearly show, salute to Hypnotic, they clearly show this man walking away, and you all were walking behind him. You all were walking behind him with guns drawn. His back was clearly turned. His back was clearly turned. Make sure you subscribe to Breadman TV on YouTube right now. You let off 7 rounds in his back. But see, one thing y'all wasn't expecting, and this is why this is going to be so beautiful, and I'm going to wrap it up. This is why this one is going to be so beautiful. Because we never got a chance to hear George Floyd's story. We never got a chance to hear Garner's story. We never got a chance to hear Ahmaud Arbery's story. We never got a chance to hear Trayvon Martin's story. We never get a chance to hear their stories. None of them. Because they're all dead. They're all dead, and they can't speak from the grave. They can't bear witness to the grave. They can't tell you exactly what happened from their perspective. It's powerful. It's powerful. These officers should be charged with attempted murder and reckless endangerment of 3 black boys. That's a fact. I'm not just happy with this man being alive. These officers should face criminal charges. And the main witness is still alive. He has to leave Wisconsin. They're not going to let him leave. He has to leave. Because I say right now his life is still in jeopardy. Make no mistake about it, his life is in danger. They don't want to pay that lawsuit. They don't want to deal with the ramifications of what's about to come down on them, what's about to come their way. Make no mistake. Make no mistake. They don't want to deal with it. Okay? They don't want to deal with it. So this is where he's going to be continue to be harassed and continue to have encounters with the police until he ends up dead. This is what's going to happen. He has to find a way to get out of Wisconsin. I'm going to follow this story. I'm going to follow the story. Breadman is going to follow the story. I'm also following another story out here in Houston, Malaya Bass. Malaya Bass, they just found her the day before yesterday in the bayou on the south side. That's all I'm going to say. Malaya Bass, I will be covering that. I'm waiting for some more facts to come through. But you're here at the Angry Black Man podcast. If you're still here, I want to make sure to give y'all a round of applause for riding this out. Salute to all my callers. Salute to everybody that called in. Salute to Colombian Cafe. Salute to Jay Sean Brown. Right? Salute to Riri. Salute to all my callers. We got Nikki Natural from Love and Hip Hop coming through Sunday, 8:30 p.m. Central on the Angry Black Man podcast. That's Nikki Natural from Love and Hip Hop. Want y'all to stay tuned, man. This is the Angry Black Man podcast. Make sure you hit like, make sure you share this, make sure you hit subscribe, and make sure you hit that notification bell so you don't miss my next show live. If you want to support the podcast, if you want to become a contributor, you can Cash App $Breadman281. That's $Breadman281. There's a lot of sacrifice that goes into putting this together. I appreciate y'all tuning in. I want y'all to hold it down. You know the damn deal. If you don't know the damn deal, then ask Breadman, what's the damn deal? Holla. Let's go.